Nanhua Prelim paper for 2023. This is paper 1. Question 1. How many hundreds are there in 0.8? Okay, so 0.8, 8 is in a 10th place. So what we can do is we can change it to a fraction first. 0.8, 8 is in a 10th place, so this is 8 tenths. 8 tenths is, if you want to change to hundreds, so you times 10 to the numerator and denominator, so you end up with 80 hundredths. So answer is 4. What is the sum of all the factors of 9? Okay, so we have all the factors of 9, 1 times 9 and 3 times 3. Now when we add, right, do not add 3 2 times. So we are adding 1, 3, and 9, which is 13. If you add 3 2 times, you end up with 16, which is option 4, which is wrong. Okay, so answer is 13, not 16. Question 3, express 8 km 20 meters in km. So 8 km 20 meters is, because every km is 1,000 meters. So this is actually 8.02. This is in km. Okay, so this, if you multiply by 1,000, you get 8,020, which is your 8 km 20 meters. It's not 8.2, 8.2 is 8,200. So this is option 3. Okay, express 3/8 as a decimal, correct to 2 decimal places. So for this, we have to do long division. So 3/8 is 3 divided by 8. Okay, start with a 0. Because 3 divided by 8, you can't divide, so you put a 0. Okay, then introduce 0 here, 30, treat it as like a 30 divided by 8. You get 3, 24, 6. Bring down another 0, so you have 60 here. Then the next number is a 7. 7 times 8, 56. And you have 4. Bring down another 0. Okay, because they say 2 decimal place, don't stop at 2 decimal place. We do a 3rd decimal place. This is because we want to check whether it can be rounded up or not. Okay, 0.375, yes, you have to round it up. So 0.38. What is the smallest number of squares that must be shaded so that PQ becomes the line of symmetry? Okay, so let's see what's missing. Maybe I'll just highlight this one and this one. Okay, then it's a missing one for that. So here, 1. This okay, this okay, and then this and this okay, and there is a missing one. So this is the other one, this is the other one, and this okay. Then we have another missing one here. That is for this one. And then we also have this one, so it's over here. And this okay. Now we have a missing one, this one, so this is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Answer 5. You need to shade 5 more. Question 6. A movie started at 10:35 p.m. and ended at 1:15 a.m. How long did the movie last? Okay, so we're gonna do timeline. I'm going to do to the nearest hour first. Or maybe let's do to 12 a.m. Okay, to 12 a.m. This is 1 hour, 25 minutes. Because 1 hour later is 11:35. 11:35 plus another 25 minutes to get to 12 a.m. Then 12 a.m. all the way to 1:15 a.m. This is 1 hour, 15 minutes. Add up the time, 1 hour, 25 minutes plus 1 hour, 15 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes. So option 3. Question 7, which of the following is not a net of the cube? Okay, so I'm going to go through like each of the nets and see which one cannot be a net of a cube. Okay, so I will identify the top first. So let's say this is the top and I have the sides here. If you wrap it, okay, this one directly touching the top will be the sides. Then this one will wrap down and this will be below, right, directly below the top. So that's the bottom. Then this side will wrap around the sides. So that's a side. So okay, this is a net of a cube. So no, we are not looking for that. This one, choose one side to be the top. So this is the top. Anything directly touching the top will be the sides. Okay, these 4 squares will be touching the top. So these are called the sides. And then this one will wrap below it, bottom. So this is also the net of a cube. Now next, let's say this is the top. This will be the side. This will be the side. This will also be the side. And imagine this one fold, and then this is the side. This will be the bottom. Okay, and this one you fold it also, it will actually connect to the top. Yes, this side of the square will actually touch this part here. This is the side. So last one, let's say this is the top. This will be the side, this is the side, this is the side. Now, this will be the bottom, right? Because you're going to wrap down. So this is the bottom. How about this? Is this the side or the bottom? Now, this is going to touch 2 sides. So this has to be the bottom. And since you have 2 bottoms, that cannot be the net of the cube. Okay, so 4. You can't have this. They will overlap. Okay, question 8. Which of the following is most likely the mass of an apple? Okay, not 20 kg. 20 kg is like the mass of a few heavy bags. So no. 2 kg. 2 kg is like a laptop. An apple can't be that heavy, right? 200 grams. Yes. It's the mass of like half filled. A normal water bottle that is half filled. Then 20 grams, or no, probably too light. Maybe that's like stationary. So the most likely mass will be 3. Okay, 200 grams. James paid $20 for 40 rulers. How much did each ruler cost? Okay, so let's write down 40 rulers, $20. So 1 ruler, we have to divide by 40. And 20 over 40 is actually half. Half a dollar is 50 cents. So answer 3. Okay, or you can change everything to cents as well. Okay, question 10, find the area of the shaded triangle. Half times base times height. the base has to be perpendicular to the height. This is the base. Choose a side that you know for sure. Okay, so base is that. Perpendicular height will be this one. The base does not include 5 because that's not part of the shaded triangle. So half times 9 times 8. Half times 8 is 4. 4 times 9 is 36. So answer is option 2, 36. Question 11. 2 years ago, Andy was n years older than Belle. Andy is twice her age now. How old was Belle 2 years ago? Now, this is talking about age, right? So age difference will never change. The age difference will always be n years. So Andy, right now, Andy is twice of Belle. So like I said, the difference will never change. The difference is always n years. So this is actually n. And since it's twice, right, all of these units are equal. So all these are n. So right now, Belle is n years old. How old was she 2 years ago? We have to minus 2. So answer n minus 2. Question 12. Pie chart shows Lillian's expenditure last month. She spent half of what she had on food. How much did she spend on transport? Okay, so the only amount that we know is this, books. So in terms of percentage, this is 50%. This is right angle. Right angle is a quarter of the whole thing. A quarter is 25%. So this is 25%. So the amount spent on books will be 100% minus 50% minus 15% and 25%. Okay, so 50, 15, and 25 gives us 90. So 100 minus all of that will give us 10%. So 10% is $80. How much did she spend on transport, which is 15%? You can find 1%. Then we find 15%. This is $8, so $8 times 15. 120. So amount spent on transport, $120. Figure is made up of two identical semicircles of diameter 14 cm. Find the perimeter of the figure. Diameter 14. So this part here will be 14 minus 5, which is 9. This is 9 as well. Two arcs of a semicircle give you the circumference of a full circle. So to find a full circle, we'll take pi times diameter. So here I'm finding the arc, the combined arcs of the semicircles, which will give me a full circle. So I just find a full circle straight away, which is 44. Then I'll add the straight lines, which is 9 and 9. This will give me 62. So answer perimeter is 62 cm. Question 14. There were a total of 50 blue, red, and white marbles in a box. Number of blue and white marbles was 2/5 the number of total 2/5 of the total number of marbles. The number of red and white was 9/10 of the total. Find the number of red marbles. Okay, so ratio, let's write down all the ratios first. First one, 2/5. Blue and red, 2/5 of total. So blue plus red to the total is 2 to 5. The other ratio, red and white, was 9/10. Okay, so red plus white to total 9 to 10. Now, what is the common base? Common base is the total in both ratios. So I've got to change this to 10. The total is 50. So 50 is 10 units. I'm supposed to find red. Okay, to find red, right? First, let's find how many white using the first ratio. So I'll take total minus blue and red, which is 6 units for white. Now, red and white is actually 9 units. Red and white, 9 units. So to find red, I will take that 9 units minus 6 units. Okay, so what I want is 3 units. Now, 10 units is 50, as given in a question. Then divide by 10. So you get 5. Next, to find red, you find 3 units. 3 times 5, which is 15. Okay, so answer, there are 15 red marbles. Question 15. Oops. In a school, 40% are boys, 5% of the boys, and 20% of the girls walk to school. What percentage of the pupils in school walk to school? Okay, so there are percentages involved, and take note, you do not just add them up without understanding what the percentage represents. Okay, so this 40% is talking about of the total number of pupils, whereas this 5% is just talking about 5% of the boys, okay? And 20% is talking about of the girls. So all these percentages, they are talking about of different totals. You cannot just add or minus them straight away, okay? So what we can do is to show it in the form of ratios. Okay, let's write down boys to girls. It'll be less confusing that way, okay? So 40% are boys means 60% are girls. Simplify, this becomes 2 to 3. Then of the boys, 5% of them walk to school. So boys will be 100. And out of that group of boys, 5% walks to school. Simplify, this is 1 to 20. Next, 20% of the girls. Okay, girls who walk to school, out of all the girls, is 20 to 100. Simplify, 1 to 5. Now look for the common base. Common base will be the total number of boys, which is 2 units here and 20 units here. So we have to change this to 20. So that this and this is the same. Now for the total number of girls, here I have 30 units, but here I have 5 units. I have to change this 5 units into 30. So times 6. Okay, so now a common base is found. You can use the ratios across like that, okay? What percentage of the pupils in a school walk to school? So we are just looking for those that walk to school, right? 1 unit plus 6 units. This is 1 unit plus 6 units, not 1% plus 6%. Okay, those who walk to school is 7 units, but the total is not 100. The total is 20 units plus 30 units. So if you want to find the percentage, you have to form the fraction, 7 out of 50. Then to change the percentage, multiply by 100%. Okay, then simplify. So you get 14%. Answer is 1, 14%. All right. Question 16, express 8% as a fraction. Give your answer in its simplest form. As a fraction, it's over 100. So 8 over 100. Simplify this. Divide by 4, top and bottom. You'll get 2 over 25. Next, round 589.02 to the nearest tenth. Tenth place is here, so you're going to round this. It's a 2 behind, so you do not have to round up. You just stick to 589.0, and you have to write the 0.0. You can't ignore it, although it's a 0, because that's the nearest tenth. Okay, question 18. 6 identical cubes are glued together to form a cuboid as shown. Each cube has a length of 1 cm. Cuboid is then submerged fully into a pail of red paint. Find the total area of the cuboid that is painted red. Okay, so let's do it in a systematic order. I'm going to look at the top and bottom first. They have the same surface area. So the top and bottom, let me just show you the top since we can't see the bottom. This is the top, so 3 by 2. So top plus bottom. There, okay, so each surface is 1 times 1. So the top will be, there are 6, so 6. But you want top and bottom, so double it. You get 12 square cm. Now front and back is here. Let's take this as the front. Okay, the front is 3. So front and back is 3 times 2. 3 times 2. Next, we have the sides and 2 sides. 2 sides. So each side has 2. So 2 times 2, because there are 2 sides, left and right. Now add them up. 12, 6, and 4. 22. So answer 22 square cm. Question 19. What is the greatest possible whole number when that gives 9,300 when rounded off to the nearest 10? Okay, so I use a number line. 9300. Okay, rounded off to the nearest 10. I'm going to go plus 10 and minus 10. So minus 10, this is 9,290. Plus 10, this is 9,310. So the greatest possible whole number, right, will fall somewhere here, like in the middle. Okay, identify where's the middle first. This is 9,305. Okay, the largest possible number is not 9,305, but just before that, here. Because 9,305 is going to round up to 9,310, we want it to still round it back to 9,300. So it's 9,304. Okay, next, give a fraction that's halfway between 1/5 and 1/3. So if this is 1/5, this is 1/3, you want something in between. You can change both to same denominator first, which is a 15. So this is 3 over 15, and this is 5 over 15. Find something that's in between 3 and 5, which is 4, right? So 4 over 15. #21, graph below shows number of pets per household in a block of flats. How many pets are there in this block of flats? Okay, so the number of, how do we read this graph here? So here it shows the number of households that have a certain number of pets. So there are 15 households, Okay, let's write down all the values first. 15 households that have 0 pets and 22 households that have 1 and 40 that has 2 pets, 30 that has 3, and lastly we have 11 that has 4 pets. So the number of pets, we're not looking for the number of households, but the number of pets. So if they don't have anything, right, 0, so there are 0 pets here. So if you have 1 pet for each of the 22 households, that's 22 times 1. Then you have 40 households having 2 pets. So 40 times 2, that's the number of pets. 30 households that have 3. So that's 90. And then 11 households that has 4. Then next we add them up to find the total number of pets. Okay, so 22, 80, 90, and 44. Calculate out, you should get 236 pets. Okay, so that's the total number of pets. Question 22. Study the pattern below carefully. If the pattern continues, what is the 99th letter? So if you notice, the numbers, the letters actually repeats after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After 6 letters. So every one group, there are 6 letters. But you want the 99th letter, you take 99 divided by 6. You can do your long division. You should get 16. Remainder 3. Now, 16 is not so important because there are 16 groups of these 6 letters, right? They will be in a full group. But it's the remainder that you want to find out exactly what is the last letter of that remainder. So if you have 3 letters, it's going to start with S, Q, and then U. Okay, so the third one will be U. So the letter we're looking at is U. Question 23. Figure below is made up of a triangle and a rectangle. The area of the rectangle is twice the area of the triangle. 1/8 of the rectangle is shaded. What is the ratio of the shaded area to the total area of the figure? Okay, so let's write down the ratio. First, rectangle twice of triangle. R to T, 2 to 1. Then 1/8 of the rectangle is shaded. Okay, so shaded to rectangle. Shaded is 1. Rectangle is 8. Now notice I didn't specify as a shaded part of the rectangle because the shaded part is actually the same as the shaded part of the triangle. So I just label as shaded. There's only one shaded part. All right, next, find common base. In both ratios, we have rectangle, so you change it to common multiple, which is 8. Now, what I'll do next is I will label each portion of the diagram, and I will use that to help me find the answer. Shaded part is a 1 unit. Now, rectangle, I don't write here 8 units because 8 units is the whole thing, including the shaded part. So what I'll write here is 7 units. Okay, so 8 minus 1. For the triangle, total 4 units minus the shaded part, I get 3 units. So using what I've labeled on the diagram, answer the question, what is the ratio of the shaded to the whole area, total area of the figure? Okay, shaded is 1. Total area, please don't take rectangle plus triangle over here. Add them up here. So 3U, 1U, and 7U. That's 11 units. So shaded to total is 1 to 11. Okay, so common error is that students will take the rectangle plus triangle to find the total, which is not, because there's overlapping parts. There's overlapping part, one overlapping part. Question 24. A rectangle PQRS is folded along diagonal. PR as shown. Given that PRS is 23 degrees, find QRS after the fold. Okay, we're looking for this. Right. Okay. Now, what it looks like before it's folded. It looks like that, right? Okay. So this angle here is this angle here. Let's find that first. So 90 degrees minus 23 give us 67. So this is 67. This is 67. Now this is also 67 because this 67, when you fold it down, right? This angle, this whole angle is 67. Now you compare this PRS, this 23 degrees. PRS 23 is over here. So what we do is we take 67. This is 67. This is 67. So we just take 67 degrees minus 23. And you get the angle that we want. Okay, 44 degrees. Question 25 in the diagram below. ABCD is a parallelogram. CEF, DGE are straight lines. Find BCF. Okay, BCF. It's just this angle here. Okay, so first, parallelogram. It means that this whole thing here is 112. Then what I oh, okay, so this is 1 this here is 112. And then we have parallel lines. So if you have a parallel line and you have a line cutting through this way, right? Then this over here is a 95 as well. This over here is 95. Okay, so actually to find the angle BCF, it's 112 minus 95. Which is 17. So answer 17 degrees. Okay, so I'm using opposite angles of parallelogram, and I'm also using corresponding angles, which means it's like the one that looks like F. And you must have parallel lines, which we do because it's a parallelogram. Okay, question 26. Jack and Keith left town X at the same time, traveled in opposite directions along a straight road. If Jack traveled 7 km per hour, Keith traveled 5 km per hour, how far apart would they be? After 2 hours. Okay, so let's say they started, this is town X. Town X. opposite directions. So let's say Jack goes to the left. He's at 7 km per hour. And Keith goes to the right, 5 km per hour. So 2 hours later, where will they be? So in 1 hour, one travels to the left, one travels to the right. So 7 plus 7 km and 5 km. So 12 km. Then in 2 hours, so 2 times 12. They would be 24 km apart. 27. A group of 5 boys rented a paddle boat for 2 hours, took turns to play. At any one time, there were 3 boys paddling the boat. On average, how long did each boy play on the paddle boat? Okay, so to do this type of question, first, there are 5 of them, 2 hours, and then they take turns to play, right? So there's actually 3 allowed at any one time. But okay, before that, let's say there are 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's say there's only one spot. There's only one person who can paddle at any one time. Okay, so if only one at any one time, so you have 5 of them, you need to share that time of 2 hours. 2 hours is 120 minutes. So if you have 5 of them, 120 minutes, only one spot, then they have to split the time equally. Right? So each boy would be 120 minutes divided by 5. Okay, so 24 minutes if there's only one spot. But they said that you can have 3 boys paddling at the same time. So when you have 3 spots, each person's chance to play, right, tripled. So if 3 boys at any one time, then it would be, then for each boy, the time to play is actually tripled. Like they have three times of that chance to paddle the boat. Okay, so each boy actually gets 72 minutes to paddle. Okay, question 28. 2 numbers x and y are in the ratio 3 to 7. After y is halved and x is increased by 4, ratio became 1 to 1. What is the original value of x? Okay, you can do before change after. You can also do model because they say that the ratio became 1 to 1. So anything that you end up with that equal, or you start off with equal, you can actually use ratio. I'm going to show you before change after. So x to y, 3 to 7. Y is halved, so y minus half. This is a proportion transfer. You have to do it this way. 2 units, take away 1, left with 1 unit. X increased by 4, so plus 4. And then the ratio became 1 to 1. Common base, just look at the ratios. Common base is y at first, change to 14. So times 7. Okay, then for x, right, you times 2. You get this. Y in the end is supposed to be 7 units, so we change this ratio as well. Because we need to make common base the same. Okay, once you have this, compare your x. What is 4? 4 is a value. So 4 is the change in units from 6 units to 7 units. So 7 units minus 6 units. So 1 unit is 4. What is the original value of x? 6 units. So 6 times 4. Okay, x at first is 24. Question 29. John has just enough money to buy either 6 rulers or, no, 6 rulers and 3 erasers, or 4 rulers and 8 erasers. He spends all the money on erasers. How many erasers can he buy? Okay, so we know the cost of 6 rulers plus 3 erasers is the same as 4 rulers plus 8 erasers. So what we do here is, imagine this is like a balancing beam. We're going to balance both sides by removing the same number of items. So let's say I want to get rid of 3 erasers. So on the other side, I will also get rid of 3 erasers. Okay, so I'm left with 6 rulers on the left, because the 3 erasers is gone. Then I have 4 rulers plus 5 erasers. Okay, because I removed 3 erasers. Next, I'm going to do the same for rulers, but I'm going to remove 4 rulers. So if I were to remove 4 rulers on both sides so that they balance, I'm going to have 2 rulers left on the left, and I have 5 erasers on the right. 2 rulers is the same as 5 erasers. Now, look at, now he want to just spend his money on erasers only, right? So, look at this first one. You can choose one actually, but I'm going to use this one. I want to find out this 6 rulers, right? Is how many erasers? I want to change this to erasers so that all I have is just erasers. So 6 rulers, to find 6 rulers, I need to times 3. Okay, so times 3. Then I get 15 erasers. So how many erasers can he buy? He can, the total amount of money can get him, initially the question says 6 rulers and 3 erasers, right? So I will change these 6 erasers into 15 erasers as what I have found earlier here. Okay, so total actually he can get 18 erasers. Okay, last question, question 30. Figure below, we have a rhombus, AEFC straight line and BFD straight line. Okay, find BAE, this angle over here. Okay, so rhombus means that all 4 sides are the same. So if you were to label the 4 sides, right, you notice that you have isosceles triangles. So, and you also have parallel lines. Okay, if you look at This angle here is also 55 degrees, right? Then you have this. A line cutting through. So alternate angles means that this is also 55. So angle ADC is actually 55 plus 55. Because ADB is the same as DBC, 55 degrees. So 55 plus 55, 110. And then because you have isosceles triangle here, actually you don't need the 25 degrees. Then you just take 180 minus 110, divide by 2. Okay, so DAE is 180 minus 110, then divide by 2. And you will get 35 degrees. Okay, so answer 35 degrees. Okay, with that, that's the end of this Nanhua 2023 Prelim Paper 1.